this is horrible in that the man that Kate Snow on MSNBC is talking about may have had prior convictions, but he had no outstanding warrant for arrest, and yet he was arrested and taken away from his 13-year-old daughter as he was dropping her off from school. This is a snippet of the report that was just on MSNBC.
As she and members of her family watched while their father was arrested by ICE agents in East Los Angeles last week, you hear the girl crying as she takes the video. The undocumented father of 4 has reportedly worked and lived in the U.S. for the last 20 years. Let's go live out to Los Angeles.
Right, he worked for 20 years, and so what's puzzling about the whole deal is that, and you're about to see a picture of the daughter coming up. That's the daughter, and what's puzzling is why they're targeting people who have cleared wrongdoing. In other words, they were convicted, served their time, did their punishment, and now they're active members of society. As opposed to what was done to President Obama is they got people who had outstanding warrants for arrest for actually doing, felonies. This is a big difference. They're just picking people off the street who had some past criminal history. That could be anybody. That could be millions of people. That's what's horrible. Anyway.
He does nothing but work hard. He's always there for us.
So we do have a statement in from ICE. It says, quote, Mr. Avelica was targeted for arrest because relevant databases indicate he has multiple prior criminal convictions.
Right. See right there, convictions. But note, they didn't say he had a warrant for his arrest. And normally, you're supposed to serve a warrant for your arrest, not because you had a prior criminal conviction. That can happen to anybody. And as it was reported here, he not only had a conviction, but it was for allegedly falsifying some sort of vehicle registration document, which, is questionable because you don't know that case. But the bottom line is, if you go in anybody's background, you could say anybody, if they had a conviction for, public intoxication 20 years ago, and that was cleared, public intoxication could be, well, the guy was on medication and he was stumbling around, somebody thought that he was on drugs and he wasn't, or on alcohol and he wasn't. That's how dicey that sort of thing is. But then to arrest that person 20 years later because they had a prior conviction and are suspected of being illegal is a waste of taxpayer dollars, not to mention inhuman. And it's even worse when it's done in front of this person's daughter, which is what happened. So